Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with another video. At the time of recording, it's actually New Year's Day. Actually, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't get to sleep, so I thought, you know what, let's film a video at 3 o'clock in the morning, as you do. Well, anyway, as it's New Year's Day, I'd like to wish all my viewers, all my subscribers, a very happy new year, and I look forward to talking to you throughout the whole year. So, without further ado, so yeah, today I'm going to be going through my entire Blu-ray and video game and DVD haul of the month of December. It's going to be a mix of two videos. It's going to be a mix of what I've bought and what I got for Christmas. So without further ado, let's start off with the games. I've got some Switch games here, so let's start off. First off is actually one based on a film, and that is World War Z. I actually really enjoyed the Brad Pitt film from about 2013. I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed the film. I honestly would say it's one of my favourite zombie films of the past decade. But yeah, they did a game. This came out about in 2018, 2019 on other consoles, and then this year they said, hey, let's bring it to Switch. So I picked it up for Switch, and you know what? It's a pretty fun sort of online co-op shooter. Yeah, it's a bit technically restricted on Switch, but it still looks good and plays totally fine. Next up is a game I've already got. I've reviewed it on the channel twice, and I wanted to get it physically, and it was really cheap, so I picked up Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Fantastic game, great Switch transfer. Everything's here, all on the cartridge. What more can I say? Brilliant game. Next up is a game that I've been wanting to get for a little while. It's a racing game, an arcade racing game, and it got released on the Switch in September. And as it was on offer for about 25 quid, I thought I'd pick it up, and that's Cruis'n Blast. Very fun, very visually stunning and bright racing game. Not a lot of content, unfortunately, but apparently we are getting a free update for more content and online multiplayer. Also, that theme song. The word cruising will be stuck in your head all day once you play this game. Another game that I actually reviewed for the channel, but I did want to get it physically, and that is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. It's a pretty decent remake, remaster of it. I'm not the overall biggest fan of the chibi art style, but for what it is, it's a fine sort of safe game. As this is a game that I've been wanting to get for quite a long while, and I literally just picked it up yesterday, so it is eligible for the December pickup video, and that is Neo: The World Ends With You. The original World Ends With You came out on the DS in 2008, and it became a bit of a cult classic, and then it saw a re-release on the Switch with various degrees of success because of its touchscreen controls in 2018, but we finally got a sequel in 2021. And I did play the demo of it, and it is actually a really good game, so I'm looking forward to diving into it. A big box set, well, it isn't really a big box set, it's Sonic Colors Ultimate. Again, I reviewed this for the channel. At the time, it was a bit of a mess, but thankfully it has improved. The only real faults I have with this game is that its loading times are way too long, especially for a remaster of a Wii game. I did order this from Amazon, but there was some issues. The box was absolutely buggered, but thankfully this one got to me in much better condition, in worse packaging. This is the thing. This one actually just came in an envelope. The other one came in a proper box. Yet this one was perfectly fine, but I digress. This one just sees the game included, and you also get a free Baby Sonic keyring with a huge box for a teeny weeny little figure like that. This is like the Baby Sonic from the film. Next up, I've got some PlayStation 4 games. Two of them were for Christmas. Two of them I picked up. First up, I picked up Riders Republic. Actually, these are both two Ubisoft titles. Riders Republic. It's basically an open world extreme sports game. I'm not really much into sports, but I do like these arcade sort of sports games, and this is right up my street. It's basically a spiritual successor to like 2016 Steep, but with more sports. It's a really enjoyable game, and honestly, definitely one of the more hidden gems of the past year. This actually cost 27 quid. It didn't. It didn't. I had some Tesco vouchers, and this only cost me a grand total of about £1 or two. So really good for a game that's currently sitting for like 30 to 50 quid on Games website. And then the second game I picked up, and this was a real bit of luck. Far Cry 6. I'm not the biggest fan of the Far Cry games, but they're always solid fun, even if every game more or less is the same. This one not long come out, and I picked this one up for 12 quid. Yeah, that was a pricing mistake, I think, from my local Tesco. I think they priced it up thinking it was the older one. So instead of being like 30 odd pound, it came to 12 quid. So it's hard to grumble at that. Next one is, well, these next two are what I got for Christmas off my parents, and this one is definitely going up on my games of 2021 list, and that is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. There was a lot of worry about this because of after Marvel's Avengers from 2020, but this one is fantastic. It's just a single player story mode focusing on the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's just so much fun, from its 80s soundtrack to its fun combat to its interesting story. This game is honestly the real deal. Absolutely love it. And the other game my parents got me for Christmas is Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Been wanting to get this for a while on Switch, but the Switch version is like stupidly priced, but this one went down real cheap, so I asked for this for Christmas. Haven't played it yet, but I've heard it's a really good sort of action RPG. Onto the Blu-rays and DVDs I picked up over the Christmas period. This is a quick one that I actually bought my mum for Christmas, and that's Dirty Dancing. Classic film, really enjoyed it. This was going for a really good price on Amazon, so I thought I'd pick that up. So let's go into the stuff I actually got for Christmas from my parents. And first up, we have Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz on a HMV premium title called Blow. There's something to do about drugs, but I'm a big fan of Johnny Depp. Been interested in getting this one for quite a while. This one actually comes with some art cards in it, and you also get the DVD and some digital codes. Looks like a really good film, and I honestly can't wait to watch it. With Al Pacino, and that's Donnie Brasco. Again, it's supposed to be like a gangster film. This one includes an extended cut on Blu-ray with 25 extra minutes. You get the Blu-ray, the DVD, and some art cards with it. So I'm pretty happy to have this in the collection, and I'm really looking forward to watching this one. Next up is like a stack of DVDs I got for Christmas. Really probably should have got this on Blu-ray, but that is Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I didn't actually have these Ghostbusters films in the collection, shockingly. I do have them digitally in HD, but I don't actually have them physically. The only one I have physically is the 2016 one, but less said about that one the better. But yeah, this is the double disc set of the original Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. I didn't get a chance to see Ghostbusters Afterlife in the cinema, and unfortunately most of the film has been spoiled for me, but I will be watching it when it comes out. But I'm very happy to have this in the collection, and you do get quite a few special features on this, even if it is a DVD. Next up is the only Harry Potter universe film I haven't actually got in the collection. Even though I have got it digitally, it's one of my favourite films. I really enjoyed this one, and that is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And it comes in this like lovely slip with like a silhouette of a Niffler. So yeah, very happy to have this in the collection. I really enjoyed this. This took me by surprise because I wasn't a big fan of Harry Potter at the time. I kind of died down on the whole Harry Potter stuff. Then watched this and really got back into the franchise. And the final two DVDs that I got for Christmas are Batman The Long Halloween and Batman The Long Halloween Part 2. Yep, worth it just for that artwork alone. So yeah, fantastic cover art. I don't really know much about it, but I do know that these Batman and DC animated films are really good. So I'm glad to have these in the collection. Alright, they're not Blu-ray, but I'm very happy nevertheless. I'm looking forward to watching them, seeing what they're like. I think they're about just over an hour each, so you can watch them back to back. Now we're on to some Blu-rays I got for Christmas. And first up is, I haven't seen this one yet, but I know a lot of people aren't that keen on it. And that's Marvel Studios' Black Widow. I think the main problem with this is that it was delayed so many times and people basically just hyped it up way too much. But I'm looking forward to it. If I can go in expecting a sort of like spy-esque sort of Winter Soldier vibe with this, I'll be more than happy. Next up is a Pixar film that I've been wanting to watch for a while because I've heard some really positive things, and that's, I think, Jamie Foxx in Soul. I've heard this is a really quite good film. I did see this playing in H&B a few months ago and thought, this looks actually really good. The animation looks superb. So, very happy to have that in the collection. I did go into Sainsbury's at the time and they were having like a huge blitz on the Blu-ray, selling them for £3 each. I picked up a load for myself, which you will see later on, and my mum picked up a load for me for Christmas. First up is a film I don't really know a lot about, but I know it's an 80s action sort of cop comedy, and that is Midnight Run. This is actually on the second site release, so for £3 it's pretty good. Next up is a film with a nice slipcover, and again, it's one of those iconic horror films that I haven't seen, and that's Poltergeist. Yeah, the original one from, I honestly don't know, from the 80s, I assume. It's got really nice artwork. I think the slip is very much similar. Don't know a lot about this, so I will be going into it not knowing a lot. So, yeah, looking forward to watching it. I think there's like about 3 films in the franchise, and then they did like a reboot a few years ago, but I've heard the reboot isn't very good. Next up is another horror film that I haven't seen. I haven't seen this or his previous work, and that's Jordan Peele's Us. I don't know nothing about this film whatsoever. I've heard that if you go in not knowing a lot about it, you will enjoy it. All I know is like something to do with like double gangers. I can remember the trailer and it kind of did spook me out, but I need to watch this and need to watch Get Out because I've heard amazing things about that film. And then just randomly, because they had it for £3, we've got Rambo 3. Yeah, Rambo 1, 2 and 3. The first Rambo's always the best. No, but this one, I have a lot of fun with this. I've seen this quite a few times. It's just daft, over the top action. You do get quite a lot of special features in this one. It's like a nice special Studio Canal re-release of it. It's Terminator Dark Fate. Been wanting to watch this for a while. The trailers look really good. I'm not expecting much, but I'll give it a go. And yeah, it can't be as bad as Terminator Genesis now, can it? Final Blu-ray that I got off my parents for Christmas was something called Perfect Blue. They even kept the price sticker on, but it doesn't matter. It's like an anime horror thriller thing. It looks really quite good. I did read the back of it, and it certainly sounds interesting. I've heard from loads of people that it's like one of the best anime films of all time, so I'm very, very excited to watch it. We're on to some DVDs that I picked up. 3 of them this month, all on like the Warner Brothers or Universal, it says here, Iconic Moments range. As I picked up, what is it now? Goodfellas. There was another one I always wanted to pick up. And they had it in Sainsbury's with a nice slip, and that's Casino by Martin Scorsese. Stars Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone and Joe Pesci. Heard some really good things about it. I have seen bits and pieces of this on the TV and really quite enjoyed it. So, honestly, can't wait to watch it. Next one is a film that was on my top 10 films, iconic films that I haven't seen, and it's Psycho. Yeah, really digging this like slipcover. Really do like these designs. I know that they're all DVD, but they really do look nice, all lined up. And for like, there's only like £1 or £2. It's really hard to say no. Next up, and the final DVD pickup of the month, is Cool Hand Luke. Don't really know much about this. I've heard it's a very good film. It stars Paul Newman, so yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. Moving on, we've got some premiums, as the premium sale was in full swing. We've got 4 titles here, and first up, we've got Hoffman and We've got Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford in All the President's Men. I couldn't remember their names for a minute, but yeah, seems to be like a political thriller. Looks like it's really good. Got a great cast, so I'm very happy to have that in the collection. Next up is a Stanley Kubrick film that I've been wanting to get for ages. John from Mondo Chelovek Movies says that it's a really good film, and that is Barry Lyndon. It's like about 3 hours long, but it looks like a really cool historical film. I bet it'll look really nice on Blu-ray. You do get some art cards and a poster in it, so very happy to have that in the collection. Next up, we have Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places. Also stars Jamie Lee Curtis, which surprised me. kind of wanted to watch this over the Christmas period, but didn't get a chance to. But I am really looking forward to watching this one. It seems to be a really, really good like transfer of it. It's supposed to be like in remastered in 4K, and it has like loads of new special features. So that's really cool. Very happy about that. And then the final one I picked up is Lee Marvin in Point Blank. Don't really know much about this. All I know is like a sort of like gangster action film. Lee Marvin was pretty fun in The Delta Squad, so I'm looking forward to watching him leading his own film in Point Blank. Continuing on, I picked up a couple of cheap ones from Amazon. One was like £2, one was like £1. The £2 one was I, Tonya, starring Margot Robbie. Haven't seen this one yet, but looking forward to watching it. I heard nothing but positive things, so yeah, that's I, Tonya. The next one is a bit of a guilty pleasure, though I haven't actually seen this one. I really did enjoy the first one. It is so daft and stupid, but it's fun. So I picked this one up mainly because it's got David Tennant in, and that's St. Trinian's 2, The Legend of Fritton's Gold. But moving on, we do have some pickups from that Sainsbury's Blitz Blu-ray sale, and we have John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Did watch this recently. I actually didn't mind it. I don't think it's my favourite John Carpenter film, but I think it's a solid 3.5 out of 10. Nice double disc. No, 3.5 out of 5, should I say. Yes. It's a solid time. I can remember watching this really, really years ago. It's got a great cast in it, and it's got hordes and hordes of special features. Nice little set, especially a bargain for £3. Next up, one of my favourite films of the 80s, starring Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. There can only be one, and there is only one, and that is Highlander. Absolutely love this film. Such a great time. I rewatched it the same time when I watched Escape from New York. Still a fantastic 80s film. I've never actually seen the sequels. I've heard the sequels are pretty rubbish. I did watch one that came out in the year 2000 with Adrian Paul from the TV series. The TV series is actually really, really good. So yeah, that's the Highlander with a fantastic Queen soundtrack. Oh, it's superb. And finally, from that £3 deal is Daleks' Invasion of Earth 2150 AD. Yeah, I remember watching this one, and is it Doctor Who and the Daleks back in the day, and I actually really quite enjoyed it. It's Peter Cushing, so you know you're going to get a great time. These films are actually quite solid times. It's a shame that I couldn't find Doctor Who and the Daleks, but for £3 for this one is a really good price, as I think this one is going out of print or goes for really, really high prices. Right. Next up, we've got all the films that I picked up recently that I bought. First up is Nobody, one of my favourite films of the year. A lot of fun. Bob Odenkirk is brilliant in it. Christopher Lloyd is superb. It's only 90 minutes, but it's 90 minutes of pure adrenaline-filled fun. One that I picked up the other day is the Hannibal Lecter trilogy. I've been watching the Hannibal TV series with Mads Mikkelsen recently, and honestly really been enjoying it. It's certainly very far-fetched and over the top in its violence, but I haven't really seen many of the films. I think I might have seen one years ago when I was a kid, which probably wasn't the best idea, but as HMV had a sale on and you get 3 films for £10.99, I thought that was a very good deal. You get Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal in a nice little box set for £10.99. So about just over £3 a film, you can't say no. A couple that I picked up literally on Christmas Eve was a 2 for 20 deal that was really good. We have Jungle Cruise with Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt. A lot of fun, and bundled it up with one of my favourite films of the last year, and that's Free Guy. Such a much fun film from beginning to end. Really good poke at the video game industry. Ryan Reynolds was great in this. Jodie Comer was fantastic. Taika Waititi was also great, even though his character was a bit of a twat. But yeah, a lot of fun. And also I picked up, I don't know why it's got the receipt in it, but James Bond's final James Bond film, should I say, Daniel Craig's final James Bond film, In No Time to Die. Yeah, picked this up from Tesco. It only cost me a £5 because I had about nearly a tenner in club card points. So yeah, got this double disc set, and it actually did come with a slip. I noticed HMV, my local HMV, didn't have it with a slip, which is kind of odd. I'm very mixed on this film, but I'm glad to have it in the collection, and I have completed my James Bond Blu-ray collection now, so in the new year sometime I will be filming my James Bond Blu-ray collection. Did order something else, but I only ordered it yesterday, so that'll be in next month's haul. But I did pick up 4 titles yesterday from Tesco, and this Tesco is moving out of physical media for good. So they reduced all the DVDs to £3. Most of them all went, or I'd already got them, and all the Blu-rays of what they had left were £5 each. So all these films, bear in mind, were £5 each. First up is Monster Hunter. I watched this sometime in the year, and you know what? I had fun with it. I'm a fan of the video games, and it wasn't a bad film per se. It's not amazing, but there's some great CGI fights in it. The ending is pure sequel bait, but I had a good time with it. Mila Jovovich was great in it, and some good moments in it. It's definitely quite dark for a 12 plus. I mean, there's some pretty brutal moments in it, but I had a lot of fun with it. Not the best film of the year, not the worst. Just a bad film that I really enjoyed. But again, for a fiver, I was very happy to pick it up because I wasn't going to pay 15 quid for it. Next up is another pretty bad film, but I wanted to get it in the collection to complete my Fast and Furious collection. That's Fast and Furious 9, The Fast Saga. This film is certainly something. But I thought for a fiver with the slip, and you get like 2 versions of the film. You get the original film and the director's cut, so I think the director's cut includes about another 20 minutes of Vin Diesel saying family, but I'm happy enough for a fiver. Also picked up The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I did watch the first 2 Conjurings when they were on TV about last month or so, and actually really enjoyed them. The second one was a little bit too overlong for me, but I didn't mind it, so for a fiver I thought, get up this new one. I've heard a lot of people are a bit disappointed in it, but I've heard some people didn't mind it, so I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And easily the bargain of the day for £5 is it's a really new release, and that is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. £5. Absolute bargain. Even when they go on like the Disney Blu-ray sales, you never find it for that price. So yeah, very happy to have that in the collection. One of my favourite films of last year. A lot of fun. Great direction from Marvel to take, and I can't wait to see more of this character in the future. So yeah, that is my complete Blu-ray, DVD and video game haul for the month of December. That is also mixed up with Christmas presents. Wow. Where am I going to put all this stuff? That's all I've got to say. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff for the month of December. The only question I've got to ask myself now is, where am I going to put it all? I'll find space somehow. But anyway, I'd like to thank you ever so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be totally awesome. And as always, as I said in the start of the video, hope you all have a happy new year, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. So until next time, bye.